Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be checking out Jujutsu Infinite and it just received a new massive update. Now to start off with, let's just go over the main points, the main focal points of this update from the update log on their Discord. I am a premium member. I have been for a little while, which also means I have the tester so I can play the game. So make sure to like and subscribe and let's just jump into it. To start off with, the main focal points of this update has been that there is now ranked PvP modes such as 1v1s and 2v2s. There is this new global ranked leaderboards, a battle tower, slash casino, which is where you can unlock stuff where you earn these tokens or this money currency from ranked PvP modes. Then the stat tree has gotten a rework. It is no longer just stat points you place into different categories. You have this big stat tree now. And cursed energy has been removed, if you didn't already know. This used to be a bar just like the HP bar where you have your cursed energy. It has now been changed to what is called focus, which also means your moves no longer require cursed energy to be used. They only have a cooldown. But some specific moves, which I will go over later, requires a focus bar. Black Flash has been added. It has gotten this completely new system where you enter this focus state where you use a focus bar. Black Flash is one of those where you need focus. Use a focus bar, you enter this focus state, and then you can hit a Black Flash. A new cursed innate technique has been added, which is Star Rage, which is Yuki's, I'm pretty sure, innate technique from the anime and manga Jujutsu Kaisen. Then some previous or already added innate techniques has gotten a rework, and those three are Volcano, Ratio, and Blood Manipulation, which is Jogo's, Nanami's, and Choso's technique. There's also been added maximum cursed techniques, and two of them are the Heian Era Awakening for Demon Vessel or Sukuna, and the Infinity Six Eyes Awakening for Limitless or Gojo. Volcano has also gotten its own maximum, which is, so we can see here, Volcano has gotten its maximum, which is the maximum meteor. If you haven't seen season 2, this is a spoiler. This is the meteor Jogo throws at Sukuna. And then we have the new Star Rage, which we'll be checking out. Ratio, which has gotten its rework. If you want, I will do a separate video, or else it will be too long if I have to check out every rework, everything. So first of all, let's check out the new stat tree. It is pretty damn cool. We have four points down here. We have four trees. We have health, focus, technique, and strength. When you're not in this sandbox realm, which I am in right now, you would also have a fifth, which is where you can look at your innate techniques, and this is where you unlock your moves for your innate techniques. So let's just start off with health. First of all, we have Health Awaken, which you need to... Right, so meanwhile past me is going through the trees, I'll just be summing up the 4 skill trees right here. Because I realized after recording I took a staggering 15 minutes to record going through the skill trees. So yeah, let's just get into it. So first off, the health tree. As you may guess, it is a skill tree where you upgrade your health. Most of it is just actually upgrading your health, but you also unlock Reverse Curse Technique, which is where you heal yourself. You get 2 variants, One's called slow, the other is called burst. Slow is where you heal 8 to 14% in around 15 seconds. 8 to 14%, yeah. Sounds about right. And burst, reverse curse technique is where you heal 15% in 2 seconds, which is pretty cool. The other special attribute in the health tree is kind of like a last standing, last chance, where you sacrifice something and then you gain health, or when you're low, your reverse curse technique heals even more. And the last one is where you can heal a teammate. So that's pretty much the health tree. Now the focus tree is, as said before, focus is what is replacing cursed energy. So focus is your new cursed energy, basically. So in the focus tree, we start out with, again, you can upgrade how fast you gain focus by dealing damage. But this is also where you can upgrade and all that stuff about black flashes. You can upgrade how much damage a black flash should do, and also if when you land a black flash, that it heals you. In focus, there's also some. There's 2 modes, I'm pretty sure. One called lock in, where you lock in for about 12 seconds. Your focus gain is doubled, but you cannot use your moves. The other one being total concentration, where if you land a black flash, you enter this state for 5, 10, or 15 seconds, depends on how much you've upgraded it, into a state where you deal more damage and your cooldowns are reduced. The final point in focus is the final black flash, which is kind of a maximum. I will show it later. Where it uses 3 black flash tokens to deal insane damage. If you have 4 or 5, you can also in the focus tree upgrade if you have 3, 4, or 5 focus tokens. 5 is the max as of right now. And if you have 5 black flash tokens, the final black flash will use 3 to activate and use the last 2 for extra damage. Now the technique skill tree. This is of course where you upgrade your innate techniques, how much they damage, and all that. But there's also cursed moves such as cursed reinforcement or diversion fist. So there are these defense buff and damage buffs you can get within this skill tree, such as, and you can also get Veil, which is it's kind of like a setting up an arena for a 1v1 almost. You make it so the other person can escape. If you haven't seen the Veil, that's how it works basically. The last couple of special attributes in the technique is around domain expansions. There are 2 counters to domain expansions. Simple domain being one, which is if someone casts their domain, you can cast your simple domain, where it creates a circle. If you're in that circle, you will not be hit by the sure hit effect of the domain. So if you're in Malevolent Shrine, you will not be slashed. If you're in Infinite Void, you can move, etc. There's also one which is a more advanced version. This is a passive skill almost when you activate it. So you are immune to the domain's abilities, but you cannot use your moves yourself. But you can walk around this time. You're not confined to an area. The last thing in the technique is Barrier Mastery, which just extends the length of your domain by 30 seconds, and you can cast your domain while stunned. The only drawback being it takes a second longer to cast your domain if you're stunned. And lastly, the Strength skill tree. This is where you unlock all your Taijutsu moves, which is just the physical moves we also had before. There's nothing different about them, other than the fact that you can now use those moves to activate a black flash. In this skill tree, there's only really 3 points, I would say, that basically only 2 special things, which is your rush. You can you can get rush mastery. Rush is where you hover your mouse on an enemy. You on a keyboard press E or hold E and let go, and you will like lock onto them and rush towards them. It will lock the enemy in place until you reach them. The enemy can't block or parry you. It's not like broken in in that sense, but you can get rush mastery where you can cancel your own rush, or if you hold your rush for more than 2 seconds, an animation will play and you instantly teleport to the enemy instead of just rushing towards them. The last thing, which is the last upgrade in the strength skill tree, is you get supersonic dashes. These are pretty cool. I don't understand why the last one, since the last point in every skill tree costs 60 stat points, which is 60 levels. You get a stat point for each level. These supersonic dashes, yeah, the best way to describe them is your Toji. While you can hold down dash, your Q button, and you close a big distance. It's pretty cool. Again, don't see it being the last one. I can understand it should cost a lot, since you're not meant to use technique and strength at the same time in the same build. But it would be cool to have those kind of dashes as well as just a normal sorcerer and not a heavily restriction player build. So that's pretty much the skill tree. All the skill trees, how it's been reworked. If you're confused about if you saw it real quick, there's a box in the bottom right corner showing your stats. It will show the amount you have increased. So in each and every one of those skill trees, there are, health increase, focus increase, technique increase, strength increase. That there's a number that will go up for each time you have a fully upgraded one of those squares, that is X increase, you get +3. And other than that, your clothing will also boost, which is the small number in brackets right beside it. So that's pretty much the skill tree explained. It still took a while, but not as long as it took me in the video. Thank you for listening. Now let us start out by showing Star Rage. Oh yeah, the new innate technique. Just a quick note, Star Rage is a special grade innate technique, which means it's a 0.25% chance to get, just full disclosure. Also in the top left corner we now have a mass bar, which is a Star Rage mechanic. So there are the mass is a kind of a different mechanic for 2 moves. Star Rage Jupiter and Terra have 2 different variants with the mass. I am sorry for jumping in again, but I am very bad at explaining. So real quick, the mass bar is a passive almost for Star Rage. For each time you hit an enemy with a Star Rage move, the bar will fill up slightly. Once it reaches max, you can clearly see it, you get an aura, and the first and last move of Star Rage will have a different variant. To start off with Jupiter, it has a ground and an aerial. The ground version looks like this. It's a big smash, pretty high damage. It is meant to, I'm almost certain it's meant to be like a finisher due to its huge knockback. Air variant, where you downward slam, has a pretty big AoE, as you can see. Hit all these enemies around me. Oh, as you can see, I just gained a focus token down at the left right, and you may spot that 2 of my moves just got highlighted in purple, which is the new chanting mechanic, which I will show after we've just gone over the rest. No, we will not past me. I will tell it right now. Again, I'm bad explaining. I explain it poorly later, so I'm just gonna do it now. Chanting is like black flashes, where you have to use your right mouse button or M2 to enter this focus state. You get a timer on your on your screen. It lasts around 0.5 seconds, half a second, where when you click your M2, you can either use a taijutsu move, your heavy attack button, which on keyboard is R, or a chantable move. Then it will activate either a black flash or the chanted move, and you can clearly see when it happens. Now, asteroid, which doesn't have multiple variants, it is where you take this flying creature and you send it flying in high speed. Also now, I have max mass, and you can see I have this aura now. Pretty obvious to tell when you have max mass. Yeah. Next move is Opiron. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. But yes, it is where you swing this little flying creature 3 times, last one dealing insane knockback. Next move is Mars, which I'm pretty sure is like Hydrokinesis Eelbind. Let's just see. Yep. Now you can see that the creature just folded around him. I'm gonna swoop in again. I made a terrible comparison. I compared it to Hydrokinesis Eelbind, which stuns a person. This is not what it does. It just slows a person so much down that you can catch up to them so easy and start a combo on them. It's a pretty cool move. So yeah. Next move is Mercury, which also has 2 variants, a grounded and a aerial. The grounded version looks like this. So it is a combo starter / extender. As you can see at the end, he just stopped right in front of me. And I'll just do it again. You are able to just continue a combo from there. Pretty cool. Let's use, as you can also see, now that I have focus tokens, you can see one of my moves are now highlighted red, which indicates it is a black flash move. Let me just show you real quick. If I press M2, that bar in the center just goes on. I am just gonna stop that stuttering buffoon and explain again. So, as explained before, this is the timer that happens or you activate when you want to do a black flash move or a chanted move. You activate it by pressing M2, entering this focus state with the 0.5 seconds timer. You do the move or your heavy attack by pressing R, and you execute either a black flash or a chanted move. The aerial variant for Mercury, I'm just gonna rise and kick, and there we go. So it just grabs the enemy and drags them all the way down to the ground, dealing a great amount of damage. So Terra also has 2 variants. The first variant, grounded, is a close quarters downward slam or kick, which is a combo extender. Now the aerial variant is a long range blast. It shoots 2 blasts, dealing a great amount of damage. It's pretty cool. I like it. Now I'll show off the chanted versions of Star Rage, Jupiter, and Terra. To start off with, we'll have Jupiter. Again, you have to right mouse button or M2 to activate this meter. In that time, if you press the move, you get a chanted version, which looks identical. It just does a lot more damage. Chanted version for Terra. Again, just more damage. Alright, now I'll show off the max mass meter variant for Jupiter. Instead of a punch or a downward punch, you will now do this. A pretty big AoE where you just pull them all upwards. It can combo extend, it's kind of dependent on how the person ragdolls. Alright, now for the max mass version of Terra. Before it was a downward kick or 2 aerial ranged attacks. Now you would jump back and have 1 massive blast with just. So that was Star Reach on the current moves for it. The developers have already confirmed that Star Reach will get a domain expansion and a maximum technique on a later later update. So yeah, pretty cool, and I like it. So far, it's pretty nice. Also like you have this flying creature, pretty cool. Now I think we're gonna do something everybody has been waiting for: blank flashes, and and how you can use the blank flash tokens for maximums. First of all, I will be showing Demon Vessel. Also, if you didn't know, Demon Vessel switch has been changed. It got changed from its cutscene to just an instant. Pretty cool. Now again, you need to use M2 entering this focus state. Also, you cannot spam it, as you can see. And I'll just be using R, my heavy attacks, to use blank flashes. There we go. That's a blank flash. And as you can see now, down at my focus tokens, I have a red bar indicating I have one blank flash token. Now let's just destroy this dummy. There we go. Now we have max black flash tokens. Alright. Now it is time to show off what everybody's been waiting for. Maximum Hand Awakening. To activate any maximum techniques, you need at least 3 black flash tokens. And also, if you use this in-game, have at least 2 to 3 focus tokens while doing it. Don't waste your awakening. Alright, let's go. So yeah, that was the maximum in awakening. So as you can see now, our Demon Vessel Dismantle and Cleave has changed. Normal dismantle. It is a rush down. As you saw, there was a red line, and it rushes to that person and does that. Cleave is kind of the same, no changes there. Pretty damn cool. Also, your M1s changed to these like flashes. Basically only visual. There. Now for the coolest part about these awakenings, the same with Infinity 6 Eyes, is they don't just change, you can now chant them, which does this. Yep, that was the World Cutting Slash. I chanted both of them back to back, which automatically activates the sequence for World Cutting Slash. So not only can you just do these insane moves, but if you combine them in a short enough time, you can do the World Cutting Slash. Pretty damn cool. Now let's move on to Infinity, which I'm pretty sure is the only moveset as of now, the only special grade at least, which has 8 moves, filling out the moves list. I accidentally paused the recording here and didn't even realize it, and I later unpaused it. I just realized it here while editing. I am very sorry. It will skip a bit, but I will show Hollow Purple how it has been revamped, how Spatial Pummel also have been reworked into Maximum Output Blue from the piece of shit it was before. I'm sorry, that move was god awful. I'm pretty sure I'll also show Red Transmission, how that has been reworked. Omnidirectional. Finally. Before it can only move in one direction, now you can send it up, down, left, right, wherever. And it looks just awesome. You can do a Maximum Blue, something there, start a combo. Before, Spatial Pummel was kind of useless in my opinion. So this is nice. Black flashes don't change, stay the same. So I'm just gonna explain real quickly if you didn't catch it. Spatial pummel is the small maximum output blue you shoot out, and red transmission is a reversal red you shoot at a target. It can only be activated if there is a target you have been locked onto that your cursor is close enough to. You shoot it. It is basically a guaranteed hit. People can. It is blockable. But if it hits, you will, even if they block them, actually, if when it makes contact, your avatar, your character will be teleported to them. It's pretty cool. And also, as you saw, hollow purple is no longer just, you can only shoot it one way. Now it's omnidirectional. You can shoot it wherever you want to, which is perfect. Alright, and now for the maximum 6 Eyes Awakening. Pretty damn cool. Also, all the awakenings, which is 2 right now, the Hay era and the 6 Eyes, it makes so you gain focus faster, and 6 Eyes also has shorter cooldowns. The Hain Awakening does not do that. Now, our Infinity, Lapse Blue, and Versatile Red are changed. As you can see, they're now highlighted in purple, making it indicating we can chant these moves. First, we have the maximum output blue, and then maximum output red. And if we shoot them in the same general direction, we will create a hollow nuke, which does insane AoE damage. It is absolutely crazy. Also, these moves by themselves do insane damage. Pretty damn cool. Also, meanwhile, you have 6 Eyes on. Enemies are you can send them in which way you want. Again, terrible explanation. To explain it like manga anime wise, it would be Gojo with infused blue hands. So when you punch, enemies are attracted to the way you're looking and just get pulled into you. It's pretty hard to escape a person with 6 eyes trying to hit you. So yeah. Now, the kind of last maximum, which is maximum meteor. Of course, there is final black flash. I would count it as a max. I kind of see it as a maximum. It's final, final black flash. It's this final attack, which deals insane damage, and it requires 3 black flash tokens, which all the other maximum do. So let's show it off. Maximum meteor. Now we have this. It just stays here for a little while. It will disappear there. Alright. And again, for the kind of it's not really a maximum, but I kind of see it as a maximum. Final black flash. It uses 3 black flash tokens to activate, and then if you have a 4th and a 5th, it will just use those tokens to deal extra damage. Apparently it didn't take my tokens, but as you can see, it is great. It deals insane damage, which is why I don't know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the main points for this update. The video is way too long already, so I will cut it off here. But do tell me if you want to see a part 2 almost to this update, because of course blood manipulation has seen a rework. Same with ratio, Nanami's curse technique here. So if you do want to see that, do tell. You know, Volcano also has some different, also has seen a rework. I haven't really shown that, but you know, there's been so much done to this update. It's just incredible. So remember to like, subscribe, and you know, comment down below if you want to see a part 2 to this Jujutsu Infinite. update. So yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.